There we go. Alright, it works. So, Night of Champions is actually 13 days away. I almost said 15. But 13 days away, and where all the titles are on the line. The Night of Gold is being deemed as well as the theme for Night of Champions. Appropriately named Night of Gold. But, you know, what we've been doing ever since, I believe, since WrestleMania, they've had this little format for their pay-per-view pages on WWE.com, and I like it. It's you know, I don't really notice it as much anymore, but it has, of course, for those who don't know, who don't remember, who have never seen the changes, you have your little sponsor there, your Mountain Dew, with your WWE Network logo, your little excuse me, lose my voice a little bit, little matches, your, I guess, photos and tickets, and of course the network. Order now. Which, by the way, for those who don't know, ever since SummerSlam, and every pay-per-view after SummerSlam, which would be this one, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which I refuse to call it. I used to call it the Undisputed title because we had Big Goldie, as people call it, but the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship at the same time being held. And we now have the new belt, the WWE Network Championship, as I like to call it. I think all the belts now have it, except for this photo of Sheamus. Apparently does not have the new logo. It still has the old scratch logo, which I love seeing. But yeah, if I call them the network titles, probably because they will be defended on a network show like Main Event or Superstars or NXT, something like that. So I'm just going to accept it. The WWE Network Championships are here to stay. But let's look at the matches here. But I do have to say, the belt does look good. It looks a little more filling, even though I don't like the network logo on the championship. I grew up personally with the scratch logo, and even before that, the WWF logo, when they had the "Get the F Out" slogan, and now they have the, I don't know what the fuck we call this. We just have a new fucking logo campaign. But yeah. This card, there'll probably be another match or so on here tonight on Raw or SmackDown, but from what I can see, this looks like a good couple match card. But with all the titles on the line, expect to have a lot more matches decided in the next couple weeks, maybe even up to the pay-per-view. But let's start off with the Rocky IV storyline. Yes, again we have it, but now it's not Swagger. It is Mark Henry. Or is that Rick Ross or Kimbo Slice, or who is? I believe it's Mark Henry, just bald, having his Rick Ross Kimbo Slice look here. Probably a hybrid. Fucking Kimbo Rice, or why not Ray Rice at this point? Because look at Ray Rice. I'll get that at a different time, but at this point he's Ray Rice. But let's see here. We have Ray Rice or Kimbo Slice against Rusev, which continues the whole Apollo Creed Ivan Drago storyline, but only if Apollo was bald and did not die before he was bald. But oh well, you probably dig up Apollo Creed's grave and have face Rusev do the same thing, except he's a little whiter now. God bless him. But we have this, and it's probably the biggest test for Rusev. And with Rusev, it is very interesting to see what happens here. But what we have here is, it's just a battle of the fucking big people right here. It's the battle of the big asses right here. The battle of the fat asses, it looks like. Even though Henry, goddamn, he looks a lot better than what he used to be. And Rusev looks a little more defined. I don't really judge people, especially guys, by their appearance. Just kind of wrong, but yeah, but, you know, I mean, he's getting a little bit of hair here and shit, but, you know, Lana probably likes that shit. But it's no longer the battle of the managers. It's no longer Zeb Colter versus Lana. It is it is Lana versus whoever manages Mark Henry. Or it's the battle for Lana, as I'd like to call it unofficially, but it's the battle for Lana, apparently. A black guy and a Russian guy want that fucking ass and those fucking legs and all that shit. Let's get to the point. This is a match for Lana, not the streak. It's for Lana, and you know the old saying: once you go black, you can't go back, and you won't hop off either. So at this point, I am going to stray off the path And I'm going to say the unthinkable happens, and the last streak in the world, because apparently Adam Rose has lost on NXT, so his streak is gone. The only streak left in the WWE is Rusev, and it'll be a bigger thing like The Undertaker, because this is a big event right here. And if Mark Henry wins, hell, put him up against Brock Lesnar. Why not? And it looks like the WWE United States Championship is not the network logo, so I will not call it the network. I will not call it the Network United States Championship. WWE United States Championship, thank God, is on the line as Sheamus defends against Cesaro, which I wouldn't be surprised if this was on the pre-show, same as the Henry Rusev, but wouldn't be surprised. But with Night of Champions, every title will be on the line, so they'll probably have a different match for this, and hopefully that will be the case. With Rusev and Cesaro recently broke up with Paul Heyman, and this match, I've loved seeing these matches. I love seeing these two in the ring together. Personally, I would love to see Cesaro have the belt again, but they didn't do much with him last time. I mean, he was pushed to a upper mid-card level, but Cesaro, I would love for him to have gold. It would be better for him to have the Intercontinental title, but to be fair, this way we could possibly see the reemergence of the European title. People have been saying that ever since his first title reign with the U.S. belt. But if this happens, would be a great moment to unveil the belt on Raw, or at least on this show, to show that you are proud of your European heritage, and you are, as always, very European. Next up, we got the Intercontinental title, which looks like it has a network logo. I can't really tell because of how the... looks like they have fucking pyro coming out of this Night of Champions sign, which is very weird, but I like it. But the Intercontinental title's on the line as Dolph Ziggler versus Hollywood Miz. I love this. I love this gimmick, and the fact that we have Damien Mizdow, the perfect stunt double, as well as a makeup lady apparently, who we learned was an indie chick. I don't remember her name, but probably not important. But we have Hollywood Miz, and Ziggler. The Battle of Hollywood. Hollywood, Florida versus Hollywood Miz. And I love it. But Miz won't win the belt, unfortunately. As much as I want to have him win the belt, as much as it would help his career to become a main eventer once again, this is a main event gimmick right here. We had Hollywood Rock, and now we have Hollywood Miz, and I love it. But Ziggler deserves this title run. He hasn't had a title in years. Or at least what I think is he's been a jobber for what seemed to be an eternity. And now he's the Intercontinental Champion, so they need to make him credible. They need to make him a credible champion, a credible superstar, credible wrestler, which he is. He has the pedigree for. But I doubt it. But Ziggler will retain, no question. And this is the match I don't understand at all. I kind of do because it gives Nikki Bella a push. But then again, what else is giving her a push nowadays? But we have the triple threat match for the Divas Championship, and I can't tell what the logo is. It looks like it's scratched out, or it's just the lighting on the picture. So we're just gonna say it's the fucking network title here for the Butterfly Belt, the Tramp Stamp title on the line here, as Paige defends against AJ Lee, which is expected because he deserves a rematch, and Nikki Bella. When I first saw this match, I'm like, why the fuck are you not having Brie Bella in this match? I know it's to have the 40 storyline. I know it's to do the Danielson Bryan burial of Brie Bryan, but why? Why have Nikki? Granted, Nikki has been more impressive with her wrestling and her promos ever since this turn ever happened. I love it, but that doesn't make you title contender. I mean, sure, Brie lost on SmackDown, which surprised. I actually watched fucking SmackDown instead of just seeing the results because it's a fucking taped show. Why not just put it on the network on Fridays? You know, fill that slot somehow. But hopefully, with Jerry Springer and not Michael Sam, because we'll get to that later. But hopefully, Brie gets added to this match. If not, Paige fucking win. Either I don't care who wins personally. But I would rather see someone have the belt instead of belt swapping it every month. Or every 2 months, it looks like. So what's going to happen here is Paige is going to retain because you can't have her lose her first pay-per-view. But, personally, one of them, particularly AJ or Paige, gets taken out of the equation, Nikki Bella could surprise the world, shock the world, and have a reason to why she got a boob job is because Stephanie McMahon obviously paid for it to double cross her sister. I mean, it's not creative control for nothing, guys. Jesus. I mean, we have a pair of creative control right here. Jesus Christ, those things are gonna fucking fly out of this picture. And I wouldn't mind that personally. But with that being said, as much as I hate to bet against AJ, Paige or Nikki will win the match. It's that simple. But I wouldn't be surprised if AJ won and have the title belt swap. And finally, the WWE Network Championship of the World. Brock Lesnar versus John Super Cena in a rematch. John Cena has inflicted his rematch clause. There is no fucking way John will win. I hope not. I honestly hope that WWE has some sense, because you had a man in Super Cena get F5'd twice, suplexed 16 times. And what we had here was a shame. Not because Cena lost the belt, but because Cena is still somehow standing. Of course, he is the Hogan of this era. There's no doubt about it. But what the fuck? Why is this match happening so soon? Why not have it on the next night on Raw? I mean, hell, get some ratings for Raw. But the champion, Brock Lesnar, has not been seen, I think, since Hogan's birthday. I think. I don't really remember unless he comes up tonight on Raw. But the fact here is, it's simple. Brock Lesnar will eat, sleep, suplex, repeat, suplex, repeat, suplex, repeat, suplex, 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 suplex. God, fucking suplexes everywhere, and defeat John Cena. Now, there is one and only one possibility that Cena will win. This is the only thing I'm hoping for. If Cena wins, expect for Brock to just beat the shit out of him to where he is no longer standing. Seth Rollins cashes in the briefcase, and we have a new champion we could be proud of. But with that being said, the card is just beginning. So hopefully on Raw we'll find more info, and probably we'll do one of these again. But it's simple. Brock Lesnar will win and retain the title. There's no way around it.